Alright guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Ryu Bayu, and in this video, I would like to share you about my article review. There is 10 article that will talk about the teaching English vocabulary. So let's check it out. We were where we dive into one of the most important aspect of language learning. So that is vocabulary. Specifically, how we can teach English vocabulary effectively to young learners. So we will explore various teaching methods, tools, and challenges by reviewing this 10 article that I have read. So I will to share my experience after reading this article. So stay tuned because this will give you practical ideas and a deeper understanding you can apply in the classroom. So, to begin this review, we can start from the use of TPR or total physical response in teaching vocabulary. So, TPR, according to the article that I read, the use of total physical response in teaching vocabulary integrated with meaningful classroom interaction. From that article, I know that TPR helps young learners remember words better by connecting movement with meaning. For example, if students are learning the word, if students learning some words like jump, so after they hear the word, they actually jump. So that linking the language with the practice and in the real action. So TPR and TPR is more effective when paired with. So in TPR is more effective if you paired it with interaction. So that's why the study highlight the importance of creating meaningful exchange between students, not just copying action, but using those words in classroom conversation. This method boosts retention and builds confidence in vocabulary usage. Now, so how about the technology? In the article that I read, the title is Teaching English Vocabulary to Young Learners with Word Wall Application, an experimental study. In the article, the researchers test digital games to make vocabulary learning more engaging. Word Wall allows teachers to create customized interactive games, and the results show a significant improvement in student vocabulary test scores. Similarly, another article that using quizzes.com to enhance pre-intermediate students to enhance pre-intermediate students vocabulary knowledge also points out how gamified quizzes online can increase motivation and make the learning more fun and interactive. And importantly, allow for repetition and immediate feedback. So they can also learning vocabulary using some technology like that. So yeah, that's the power of technology. So, but not just only that, in teaching vocabulary, we also use some principles and strategies in teaching vocabularies. So, in the article that I have read, there is the principles and the teaching of English vocabulary a review that emphasize some strategies like repetition and context-rich usage and teaching vocabulary in lexical chunks. For example, make a decision instead of just the words decision. So meanwhile, in another article, the teacher strategies in teaching English vocabulary in junior high school. We see how real teachers adapt their method to their classrooms and to their classroom environment, from using games and songs to translation and storytelling. The key takeaway, there's no one size fits all. So teachers must be flexible and student centered. So from this that so the teacher must adapting to all of their students' condition. And then after we talking about some principle and strategies, uh, there in in vocabulary learning, there is also challenges that we can found in teaching vocabulary. In the article, Challenges for Methods of Teaching English Vocabulary to Non-Native Students discusses the problems like large class sizes, lack of resources, and limited students' exposure to English outside the classroom. Interestingly, English vocabulary in the mind of students give us insight into how learners actually process new words. It highlights the need for visual support, meaningful repetition, and opportunities to personalize vocabulary, like connecting words to their daily activity or experience. So, after the challenges in vocabulary learning, we'll talk about the visual media in teaching vocabulary. Um, in the article, Teaching Vocabulary Through Picture Cards in Islamic Elementary School, a case study in Nida Success School in Thailand, the use of picture cards made learning more concentrated and relatable. Students could match image with words, aiding comprehension and memory. Supporting this article, the article that title is Picture as a Learning Media in Teaching Vocabulary explains that visual is not only help in understanding, but also engage students emotionally, especially for younger learners. Saying picture for example, if they're seeing picture like a tiger while learning the words tiger, help them make the concept stick in their mind. So after they saying the tiger and learn about the word tiger, they know what tiger is. So that's the example. And after the visual media in vocabulary learning, the teacher can also use some literature like poet or novel, some and or some story, some short story like uh yeah, like fable or something like that. So in the article that I have read, the title is The Implementation of Short Story in Enhancing Student Vocabulary show how using literature helps students learn vocabulary in context. Stories provide rich, memorable language and make learning more holistic. Instead of isolated words, students see how vocabulary function in real communication. That's the literature can do in teaching vocabulary. So, in conclusion, each article that I have read is offers many unique angles in teaching vocabulary. We've seen the benefits of movement, games, picture, and stories, and we've also looked at challenges and strategies that help us adapt to different classroom contexts. So, whether you teacher, if you have been the teacher, or you just a student, or what just want to research English vocabulary, this article is can remind us that effective vocabulary teaching is dynamic. It's not just about the words, it's about how those words come alive in student minds. Not It's about how those words come alive in our minds and life. So it's just not about the language, it's just about how can we apply it in our daily activity. So that is the some article info that I can give to you. So thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful and can get you better, so I I want to give thanks to you all so by watching this video. So don't forget to comment and just follow some my video for yeah. So I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you. I'm Ryu Bayu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.